May I please record?
No, you may not.
Lisa.
May I have one recording?
Got a secret, can you keep it? Swear this one you'll say. Better lock it in your pocket. Taking this one to the grave. If I show you, then I know you won't tell what I said. 'Cause two can keep a secret if one of them is dead.
Are we good to go?
I've never been more ready in my fucking life.
Wow.
So ready.
Okay.
Y'all hear that can opening? That's
Is that a
showing how
Coke
ready
Zero?
I am.
No,
it's not. It's a watermelon arita.
Love it.
Getting too drunk tonight. It's about to get wild.
Listen, tomorrow's my first day not working since last Sunday.
Ooh.
You deserve it.
Look at my highlight. Oh my gosh.
Hop off.
Why did I hurt?
Oh my gosh.
I'm drinking out of a butterbeer mug from Wizarding World of
I
Harry
love
Potter.
that.
She's
Oh,
so
I should have
cool.
gotten my
Oh,
nose
She's so
ring.
relatable, so nerdy.
I haven't been to Harry Potter World in so long, and I want to go, but J.K. Rowling is trash, and I'm so upset.
Yeah, remember when J.K. Rowling was garbage?
Right? Who was J.K. Rowling? Daniel Radcliffe wrote the books.
Yeah, exactly.
Nick,
Like-
Nick and Matt Lang wrote the books.
Yeah.
You know,
I'll drink to that. I'll get my yellow
My favorite author of Harry Potter is Dobby the House Elf.
Yeah.
yes, always.
Okay. We're ready?
So ready.
We're ready.
Okay. Welcome, hundreds of viewers.
That's how we're starting it from now on. Every time.
Every time. and
Hello
then
to our
I
hundreds
will
of
say,
viewers.
Please hit like and subscribe down below.
Let's up it.
Smash that like button. Leave a comment letting us know what you think.
Every single one we
know
do,
what you
next
want
one,
to-
thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. Just really,
Wow.
we get
regular
more
YouTubers.
subscribers every time.
Welcome to the #1 show on YouTube. Welcome back. What can I say? Guess what? We were upgraded to YouTube Premium. We're that good.
Wasn't that good.
What
Anyway.
is that? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
Nobody knows. Nobody uses YouTube Premium.
We got a Netflix deal.
Or we just
I'll
wait.
take that. I'll take that.
Okay.
I'll drink.
Anyways, welcome back, hundreds of viewers, to to Quarantine in the City, episode 2. This time we're doing the pilot episode of Pretty Little Liars, an iconic show that I was obsessed with in middle school.
And
Yep.
for those of you who don't know what Quarantine in the City is, it's just an excuse for us not to do it with the boys.
I think, yeah,
You know,
girls' night.
girls' night.
Except, see, we
Also,
never-
for background on this wonderful television show, I've never seen a goddamn episode. Neither has Marina.
okay, Nicole and I both seem to be fans.
Yeah.
Before it went off the rails.
Exactly.
From what I
We're not
hear,
free, so-
this show is like Riverdale, but not entertaining.
It's like a modern teen noir thing.
Yeah, that's what I just
High
said.
praise. High praise. Anyways, welcome to the pilot episode by Marlene King. Thank you, Marlene. It says September 22nd,
Thank you, Marlene.
2009.
Wow, that was so long ago.
I was
Are we
11.
ready to fade in?
We
Ooh.
are ready to
So
fade
ready.
Fade in. Exterior, Rosewood, Pennsylvania, day. Rosewood is a picture-perfect portrait of suburban America. Boutiques, restaurants, thriving businesses, and seemingly happy citizens flourish in the charming town. As the sights and sounds of the town overlap, we hear a radio report coming from a parked car. Who's the disc jockey?
I'll do it.
We're off to a great start.
Liberty Week. Hang on.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no.
Fart noise, fart noise. Labor Day weekend marks the unofficial end of summer, but it also marks the unsettling anniversary of the tragedy that still haunts every one of us in Rosewood.
Dun dun dun.
Oh,
What a tone to start. It's starting at a great tone.
Thank you.
When talking
Thank
about
you.
a missing person.
It's modern teen noir starts with, "Hey, everybody, what the?"
Fart noise.
Fart.
I was
Okay.
going for I forget the other guy's name, but the whatever and the douche from
Oh my
Parks and
god,
Rec.
yes!
Yeah,
What show is that in?
it's Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec.
Ugh.
That's what I said, Nicole. Wow,
I
we're
heard that.
off the rails.
Okay.
Rails. I didn't hear that. It cut off.
We're already- If this is 4 hours long, I'm going to murder you all.
What an impression.
It's not. You sound
Wow.
nothing like that.
Am I just that shrill?
No, not at all. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, exterior Rosewood neighborhood day. The tree-lined street is flanked by traditional 2-story houses. The picket fences are white, the lawns are green, and the flowers are abundant. A newspaper boy
My
delivers
favorite
the
color.
local paper to a home, and we catch a glimpse of the headline, "Still missing." So, you know, guys, interior Montgomery house, Aria's bedroom day. Aria Montgomery, age 16, stands in the middle of the unfurnished room. The door of her empty closet is ajar. She sees her reflection in the long mirror which hangs on the back of the door. With a ballet dancer frame, straight black hair, and pouty lips, Aria knows that she is pretty. Just then, her mother, Ella, age 42, knocks, then enters. Ella is an attractive, well-read, and liberal mother.
Hell yeah.
It's like starting all over again.
You still have friends here.
We've been gone for 2 years. That's a long time.
You 5 were inseparable. Those feelings don't just go away.
I still think about her.
Ella picks up Aria's cell phone and hands it to her.
Call your friends. I'm sure they miss her too. Especially this weekend.
Did we lose a human?
We lost a
We
human.
lost Aria.
Oh, no.
Aria!
She's
Oh
still
no!
missing. We
My
might have to start over.
Off the rails.
This is not ending well.
Ready? Okay. Fade in. Exterior Rosewood, Pennsylvania day. Rosewood is a picture-perfect portrait of suburban America. Boutiques, restaurants, thriving businesses, and seemingly happy citizens flourish in the charming town. As the sights and sounds of the town overlap, we hear a radio report coming from a parked car.
Labor Day weekend marks the unofficial end of summer, but it also marks the unsettling anniversary of the tragedy that still haunts every one of us in Rosewood. Fart noise, fart noise.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow. Good job. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Exterior Rosewood neighborhood day. The tree-lined street is flanked by traditional 2-story houses. The picket fences are white, the lawns are green, and the flowers are abundant. A
That's my
newspaper
favorite
boy.
color.
Stop. I was thinking it. A newspaper boy delivers the local paper to a home, and we catch a glimpse of the headline, "Still missing." Interior Montgomery house, Aria's bedroom day. Aria Montgomery, age 16, stands in the middle of the unfurnished room. The door of her empty closet is ajar. She sees her reflection in the long mirror which hangs on the back of the door. With a ballet dancer frame, straight black hair, and pouty lips, Aria knows that she is pretty. Just then, her mother, Ella, age 42, knocks, then enters. Ella is an attractive, well-read, and liberal mother.
It's like starting all over again.
Ella sits on the built-in window seat.
You still have friends here.
Aria sits next to her mom. They relate to each other more as friends than mother and daughter.
We've been gone for 2 years. That's a long time.
You 5 were inseparable. Just those feelings don't just go away.
I still think about her.
Ella picks up Aria's cell phone and hands it to her.
Doug. Oh, oops. Call your friends. I'm sure they miss her too. Especially this weekend.
Aria's brother, Mike, age 15, barges into the room. He's all boy, all energy, and all about Mike.
I need a ride to lacrosse. No, I'm not doing that. I need a ride to lacrosse.
Wow, Mike's voice dropped.
I can hear it right now.
Oh my gosh. Wait, do we want a drinking game for this?
I'm just drinking.
I'm just
Every time it's reminiscent of Riverdale.
Okay.
Wait,
And we
wait,
judge that
wait,
on our
wait,
own.
though.
Okay. I might just be sipping throughout.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Interior Montgomery House living room entryway. Day. Mike rips through moving boxes. Ella and Arya enter.
Lacrosse today?
Byron, age 45. Arya and Mike's father walks in. Aging well, he's the handsome professor that the college girls on campus all talk about when they get drunk and horny.
Yikes.
I feel respected.
I just talked to Chad. First tryouts are right now.
I'll take him. It'll give me a chance to swing by the campus and reconnect with some of the faculty. Arya gives her father an odd look, a look of concern.
I'll take him.
I don't mind, Arya. As he reaches for his keys, she does the same.
I don't mind either.
Okay, then. He hands her the keys. We get the feeling he wanted to go.
Think about calling your friends.
Arya leans in and gives her mother a touching, light kiss on the cheek. It's a grown-up thing to do, but it suits their relationship.
Love ya, Ella.
Oh my gosh.
That's weird.
Interior Honda / exterior Rosewood High School day. Arya pulls the family's blue Honda Civic to the curb and Mike hops out. Arya calls after him.
What time am I picking you up?
As he runs off,
6.
Mike smart.
Mike can count.
Interior Honda / exterior Rosewood neighborhood day. Arya reacquaints herself with Rosewood. She drives down a tree-lined residential street. She stops in front of a pristine Victorian home. She looks at the name on the mailbox, De Laurentiis. Arya looks back up to the house. The curtains are drawn, the flower boxes are empty, and the porch is bare. The house is vacant. After a moment of reflection, Arya drives on. She glances at the clock. It's only 4:15. Arya picks up her cell phone. She scrolls through her address book and lands on the name Emily. After a moment of reluctance, she hits the call button and the phone rings.
It's Emily, and do you know what this means?
The sound of her friend's voice brings a slight, unknowing smile to Arya's face.
You'll have to leave a message.
We hear the beep. Arya contemplates her words, but before she talks, the phone beeps again. We hear Mercedes.
If you are satisfied with your message, you may hang up now.
A tentative Arya hangs up without trying again. Interior Honda / exterior Rosewood Hollis College day. Arya drives past the local university. She stops at a red light. As Arya glances toward the sidewalk, a stunned look registers on her face. What could it be? We won't find out till later, because interior Hastings barn night. A strong wind blows outside the barn and thunder rumbles in the distance. The year is 2006. Tween girl posters and Pottery Barn teen lounge furniture make the rustic barn the perfect spot for tonight's slumber party. Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back, placed from the Bose iPod dock.
Oh,
Wow. Girls dance and giggle. A sharp crack of lightning rips through the barn. The lights flicker, then go dark. The girls, frightened, cry out as the music abruptly dies. Fade to white, then smash cut too. The girls fumble in the dark. Someone lights a candle. Someone turns on a flashlight. Fade to white, then smash cut too. A disturbing knock on the wall from outside the barn.
Something's out there.
Fade to white, then smash cut too. The knocking gets louder and closer to the barn door. A hand grabs for the phone.
The line's dead.
Fade to white, then smash cut too. The knocking stops. The handle on the barn door turns. Jesus! The door opens, but no one is there. Slowly, the girls, huddled together, walk toward the open doorway. They peer outside. It's black, windy, eerie. Then, a dark figure lunges out of the darkness. Everyone screams. Gotcha! Wow. Allison De Laurentiis, 13 years old, stands in the doorway of the barn. Oh, this is a 13-year-old girl. Here I go. Allison, beautiful, smart, and popular, is the type of girl that makes other girls feel cool when they're hanging out with her. Casual chic, her blonde hair is tossed in a messy ponytail. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief as Allison walks in and tosses her sleeping bag to the floor. Fade to white, then smash cut too. The girls sit on the floor. The barn is lit by the candles which glow in the center of their circle. There's nothing to be afraid of. It'll be fun. Fade to white, then smash cut too. It's the secrets we share that will bond us forever.
God.
So
You're
creepy.
13.
She scares me. Fade to white, then smash cut to. As I begin to count backwards, you feel your eyelids becoming heavy. Fade to white, then smash cut to. You're completely relaxed. 42, 41. Fade to white, then smash cut to. So tired. 6, 5, 4.
Did she
Fade to
really
white.
just count?
Huh?
42 to. Okay.
I don't know. Another fade to white, then smash cut to. Oh my gosh. As Arya flickers open her eyes, we see her point of view of the barn. Her friends are sound asleep. As she looks closer, we see one sleeping bag is empty. The storm has passed. That's the wrong past, I think. The door to the barn is wide open. Arya walks to the door and looks outside. We see the outline of a person in the darkness.
Allie?
She's gone.
Oh, fade to white, then smash cut to Arya's point of view. The Hastings lawn is lit up by the flashing lights of several police cars. Fade to white, then a smash cut jolts us to present day. Interior Honda Accord / exterior Rosewood day. Arya remains stunned and transfixed. We follow her gaze to see. Close on. A missing persons flyer attached to the pole. On the flyer are 2 pictures of a blonde girl. On the left, she is 13, and on the right is a rendering of how she would look present day at 16. The name under the photographs reads Allison De Laurentiis, and we recognize her from the flashback.
Wait a minute, wait.
Arya is
I thought she was missing for a year.
3 years.
3 years? In the thing,
I
it's
guess she-
here.
Yeah, I noticed that too. Also,
They changed
later on it says Emily's dad's like a dentist. I thought he was in the military.
He is in the military.
I've never seen this show before.
Continuity
I know too much.
errors. Sorry, continue.
Okay. Arya is snapped out of her stare when a group of barely legal college kids walk between her
Yikes.
car and the poster. Big yikes. They laugh and cut up as they walk into Snooker's Bar. Arya glances at the clock. It's only 4:45. She looks back to Snooker's. Ooh, interior Rosewood Mall department store day. Hannah Marin, age 16, stands at the sunglass counter of the upscale department store. Skinny and gorgeous. Hannah is currently the stylish it girl at Rosewood High. Are they all going to be skinny? Why do we need to know that?
I don't
It's television, so I can tell ya. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
know.
She tries on a glamorous pair of expensive shades and reviews her reflection in the mirror. While still wearing the shades, she beckons the mail clerk, a 30-year-old retail lifer. Can I see the Gucci's in the front? We see that there are a dozen pairs of glasses already out on the counter. Not the clerk, am I? No.
No, Maureen is the clerk.
Oh, I'm the clerk? I am the clerk. I'll have to put a few of these in the back.
But they're all maybes. She leans across the counter, intentionally giving him a peep show of her cleavage. He gazes at her boobs.
This is a 16-year-old.
Those look
He glances back up at her face.
amazing on you.
Why is his name Harry?
I guess I'm also here.
Anyways, maybe. The clerk complies with her request. Mona Vanderwall, age 16, also thin and attractive, calls to Hannah from across the aisle. She models a floral summer scarf.
Damn it, I have one of those in the other room.
Oh,
Do you want to grab it?
Here.
We have time.
No.
Okay.
Is this me?
Hannah checks her out. Or is it a little too much your mother? Mona looks at herself in the mirror. She takes off the scarf. 2 women in their 40s steal glances of Hannah and share gossipy whispers as they pass her. Hannah notices. The clerk waits for Hannah to turn back to him. Finally, she does. He hands Hannah the Gucci glasses and she tries them on.
I am loving those glasses. How much?
$3.50. Hannah looks past Mona and sees Spencer perusing the women's fashions. As Mona turns her attention to the yellow scarf, Hannah turns to the clerk. I'll be right back. Hannah approaches Spencer Hastings, age 16. Although she is incredibly attractive, Spencer, an overachiever, prides herself on being smart, athletic, disciplined, and successful. I can't believe Spencer Hastings actually has time to shop. Spencer looks up to see Hannah. She acknowledges her old friend with a welcome smile. I mean, you're interning for the mayor, taking classes at Hollis, organizing the junior fundraiser, and overseeing the barn to loft conversion, which you're moving into this weekend. And in your leisure moments, you Facebook and tweet. Thank you for the exposition.
Thanks for that exposition.
You know me, I like to stay busy.
It's called a summer vacay, Spence.
And you spent your sunning, shopping, and shawning.
Tweet, tweet. The women who were staring at Hannah now steal glances of both Hannah and Spencer. Spencer and Hannah notice.
I hate this day.
The women approach the girls.
You were her friends, weren't you?
Spencer and Hannah share a look, but before they can respond,
Know that we still think about her too.
And pray for her.
Why am I 70?
sounded like Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Thank you!
Oh my gosh. Anyways, the well-intentioned but annoying women finally walk away.
She's gone, but she's everywhere.
I can't believe it's been 3 years.
My parents had the fields over for a what?
A barbecue?
Q?
A Q?
I can't.
Okay, here we go. My parents had the fields over for a Q last weekend. It was almost painful to hang out with Emily. I mean, I still like her, but we just don't connect anymore.
It's weird how we all used to be so close and now not so much.
Remember what Allie said that night about our secrets bonding us forever?
Hannah nods.
I think it was the opposite.
They share a bittersweet moment of acknowledgement. After a beat, in typical Hannah fashion, she lightens the mood. Hannah refers to the blouse. So what's the occasion?
Dinner in the city with the fam. We're meeting Melissa's fiance.
Did Miss Perfect find Mr. Perfect?
He's a med student. Everyone's thrilled.
Spencer's indifferent tone suggests that she could care less. Then that's not the right top. Hannah sets her handbag down and looks through a rack of clothes. You need to turn heads.
Away from Melissa, please.
Hannah pulls a sexy low-cut blouse from the rack and shows it to Spencer. I like this for you. Spencer thinks about it. Trust me, heads will turn, and if there's a man named Dick in the room, he'll be standing at attention.
Hannah, you're incorrigible.
I try. After a beat. See you around the playground.
See you.
Spencer turns her attention back to the clothes. Hannah puts the glasses down on her face and walks toward the exit. She passes by a security guard. They lock eyes. Is he watching her? The sunglass clerk glances up as Hannah leaves. Confused, he looks down at his counter of pricey glasses and starts counting. Hannah feels a rush of nervousness and excitement as she nears the exit door. Interior Rosewood Mall, day. Hannah, still wearing the Gucci shades, walks out of the store. The thrill of the moment reads on her face.
Miss.
The security guard reaches for her arm. Hannah's heart pounds rapidly against her chest as he grabs her. She slowly turns to him.
You forgot your bag.
Relief washes over her face as the guard gives Hannah her purse. She flashes him a huge smile. Thank you. Hannah walks on. She rounds the corner and breathes a sigh of relief. A moment later, Mona joins her.
Jesus, I thought you were busted.
Hannah notices the yellow scarf tied around Mona's neck as Hannah pulls off the sales tag. Nice scarf.
Nice glasses. We're privileged white people.
Anyways, as they head off together, camera pans up to see a security camera pointed in Hannah and Mona's direction. Interior Snooker's Bar, day. The place is exactly what a college bar should be. Casual, worn, and welcoming. We find Arya sitting at the bar as the bartender approaches her. What can I get you?
Beer, please. Whatever's on tap.
He pours her a beer, then sets the pint on the bar in front of her. Arya takes a sip, but spits it back into the glass.
Are you all right down there?
She turns. Ezra, 24, sits 3 stools down from her. Oh, this is not what he looks like at all.
No, it's
She
not.
notices his messy, blondish hair and ice blue Siberian husky eyes.
I've been in Europe for 2 years. The beer is better down there.
Where in Europe?
Finland.
He smiles and his eyes brighten.
I spent a few nights in Reykjavik on my way to Amsterdam. There was this awesome rave near the harbor. It went on for days.
What are you drinking?
Scotch.
Hot.
Want one?
Ezra scoots over to the stool next to Arya.
Want one?
She nods and he signals the bartender.
I was really depressed to come back after Amsterdam.
Tell me about it. I cried the entire way home.
The bartender sets up their round of drinks. Arya sips her scotch and enjoys the warm feeling she gets as the drink rolls across her tongue. He watches her.
Do you go to Hollis?
I just graduated. I'm about to start my first teaching job.
I think I'd like to teach.
The jukebox plays Happiness by The Fray.
I love this song. It's so pure.
Of course you do.
B26.
She gets that he played it.
Thanks for the moment.
What's your major?
She realizes he thinks she's in college and goes with it.
I'm leaning towards English.
That's what I'm teaching.
I write too, but
Ezra motions to the bartender, and he brings another round.
so far it's mostly personal stuff. I don't know if I could share it.
I'm impressed.
Why?
The bartender refills their glasses, and they both take a sip. Feeling relaxed and friendly, they nudge a little closer to each other.
I dabbled in writing, but I didn't have the passion. If you're writing for yourself, it's pure passion.
She thinks about it. She's inspired by his insight.
Maybe you'd let me read something of yours.
You'd really want to?
You're smart, you've traveled, you have a good taste in music. I'd like to know more about you.
She considers his compliment and accepts it without reservation.
Thank you.
So you'll let me read you?
I think I will.
She looks into his eyes, which are getting bluer by the second. His beautiful Siberian husky eyes.
Which are not what he looks like.
The man is practically has black hair.
Anyway.
I hate this. I hate this. I hate this next part. I
Anyway.
just read ahead. I hate this.
Hard cut to interior Snooker's bathroom day. Moments later, Ezra hoists Arya onto the sink and she wraps her legs around his waist. She tastes the scotch on his lips.
Oh,
They
God.
kiss slowly, lightly. Then it's like the damn busts open. Their bodies press against each other, and their chemistry is undeniable. She accidentally leans back and turns on the water. Well, they both laugh. Then their lips find each other again, slowly and lightly kissing. Ezra pulls away from Arya and looks at her, studies her. She leans in and kisses him as we fade out.
Interior, Honda Civic morning.
And that's on statutory rape.
Yep.
You don't know that they did anything else. They could have just kissed.
I mean, she turned on the water, and running water is code for sex in movies.
Is it? Interesting.
It's just a whole weird, I don't know.
Have you not seen Fatal Attraction? They do show
Oh,
sex.
he
There's
did
a whole
see Fatal
part where he
Attraction.
opens the water and she puts the water in his face and it's like a super sexual moment.
Marina, didn't we watch Fatal Attraction and it was really disturbing?
Yeah,
It
that's
is
the one where the girl is stalking that guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yum.
Such a good
I've
pick.
seen the episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend that referenced that movie.
Yes. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is such a good show.
It is. Absolutely.
I haven't seen the last season.
Watch it, coward.
I know. I have to.
It's really good.
Anyways, it is now
Anyways, I'm going to be a teenage boy.
Interior,
Marina to read.
Honda Civic morning. Byron drives Mike and Arya to school. The radio plays and is turned to a progressive rock station. They all listen to the song. The second Byron pulls to the curb,
Later.
Mike shoots out of the car. Arya opens her door, but Byron gently touches her forearm.
Hang on a sec.
She turns to him. It's the first day. I don't want to be late.
I just want to make sure you're okay.
With what?
I can't imagine how hard it's been keeping quiet, but I love you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
And you know I love your mother.
Arya gives him a look that says, I don't know if I know that or not. She climbs out of the car. Exterior Rosewood High School morning. As Arya somberly watches her father drive away, we cut to exterior Rosewood Street Alley Day. As Arya remembers, the flashback is shot in her POV. The year is 2006 and it's a bright summer day. Arya and Allison eat frozen yogurts as they walk down the sidewalk. Mona Vanderwall calls them from across the street. At 13, Moa was that stylish, chubby girl that was always trying to hang out with them.
Really? Y'all did me dirty like this? Y'all really did me dirty like this? I've also decided, yeah, I sure am. I've also decided this is my Mona look.
I like
Very
the
appropriate. Very appropriate.
Hang on, I need to make it poofier.
You need a ponytail here.
This is awful. Okay, that's better. Not really, but anyway. Allison!
Allison makes an ugh face.
Arya!
Allison grabs Arya's arm and pulls her into an alley. Fade to white, then smash cut to, they successfully avoided Mona and head down the alley.
Is she ever going to get a clue? What a dork. Switch.
They trade cups. Fade to white, then smash cut to, Allison notices something up ahead. We, Arya, follow her gaze to a familiar Honda Civic which is parked in a no parking zone.
Isn't that your dad's car?
Fade to white, then smash cut to. Looking into the car, we recognize Arya's father, but not the pretty 21-year-old college girl sitting next to him. Fade to white, then smash cut to. The college girl leans in close to Byron and he kisses her on the mouth. Fade to white, exterior, Rosewood High School, sidewalk morning.
Arya?
Arya snaps out of her reflective moment and turns to see an extremely surprised Emily walking towards her. At 16, Emily Fields works hard to maintain an athlete's body. Her sense of style
There it is again.
so sporty. A competitive swimmer, she looks and lives the part.
Drink every time someone is skinny.
Drink every time their body is mentioned.
Every time body shaming occurs.
Yes. So,
Anyways.
When did you get back?
Yesterday, Emily and Arya share an affectionate hug.
I almost didn't recognize you. I think the last time we saw each other, you had a pink stripe in your hair.
Yeah, well, when your parents preach individuality and you don't know who you are.
You wore it well.
First bell rings. They both walk towards the entrance.
You should have called. It's so weird just running into you here.
We kind of lost touch, Emily. Remember? She hits a nerve.
Maybe that made it easier to keep our secrets.
They exchange a look of understanding and guilt. I saw a poster of Allison yesterday of what she looked like now.
It's awful. I mean,
A mournful resignation comes over her.
we all know she's dead,
Arya tosses her a look.
right?
I've just never heard anyone say it. Interior, Rosewood High School, English classroom morning. Emily and Arya walk into the classroom where students hang out, flirt, and catch up. Noah Kahn, Rosewood's A-list jock and party boy, notices Arya.
I guess this is a baseball cap forward look.
Oh, it's Noel, not Noah.
Talking hard boy to me.
Arya Montgomery, right? I thought you moved to the North Pole.
Not exactly. Boyishly handsome, Noel could be an Abercrombie billboard model.
That feels like body shaming.
That feels like
I've taken a picture with an Abercrombie billboard model in France.
really.
Good on ya.
It was quite nice.
Didn't you used to have a crush on me?
I don't know, did I? She leaves him hanging and finds a seat next to Emily.
I hear the new teacher's really hot. I'm definitely attracted to men. Did I mention how attracted to men I am? God, men are just so attractive.
As
Continue.
Arya looks up, she sees Hannah walk into the classroom. Is that Hannah? Mona enters immediately after her.
And where there's Hannah, there's Mona.
That's Mona Vanderwall, the dork. Hannah sees Emily, then her eyes shift to Arya. Arya waves to her. Hannah tosses her a hello nod and sits on the other side of the room. Arya turns her attention to Emily. What's up with her? So are you two fighting?
We didn't just fall out of touch with you, Arya. We all fell out of touch with each other.
The final bell rings, but the teacher isn't in the room. The door opens. Everyone turns to check out Spencer as she walks into the classroom. When she realizes all eyes are on her, she offers up a confident smile. Arya watches as Spencer happily finds a seat in the front row. Before she sits down, Spencer connects eyes with Hannah. They exchange warm smiles.
They're not close anymore, but they're both popular, so.
Arya looks back to Emily. So they're friendly, but not friends. Arya tosses Arya a both sarcastic and sad smile. So who are your friends? It's not easy for Emily, but she extends herself.
Since Allison, it's been kind of hard for me.
Arya happens to look past Emily. She sees a blonde girl standing across the street from the school. She is staring at Arya and looks so much like the girl in the rendered photo of Allison that Arya is taken aback. The teacher walks in and writes his name on the chalkboard, Mr. Fitz. As Mr. Fitz turns, we realize that he is Ezra, the cute guy Arya made out with in the bathroom at Snooker's. He proudly surveys his first class. His eyes fall upon.
Holy shit.
Arya looks up to see Ezra looking adorable in his jacket and tie with his hair neatly groomed. She is surprised to see him as he is to see her. The chorus of chatter falls silent, and all the students turn to see who Ezra is looking at. Spencer looks back and is stunned to see Arya.
Damn it! Holy shit, indeed.
All four girls exchange looks. It's not the homecoming Arya would have wished for. With all eyes still on her, Arya's phone rings, signaling she has received a text message. Sorry. The apology is far more than the interruption. Arya quickly pulls her phone from her bag and silences the ring. Ezra clears his throat and composes himself.
I'm Mr. Fitz, your new English teacher.
Arya looks down at her phone, a shiver runs up her spine as she reads, close on message. Arya, maybe he fools around with students all the time. A lot of teachers do. Just ask your dad. Dash A. Emily, Spencer, and Hannah see the look on Arya's face as she reads the text. It's as if she's seen a ghost. Arya quickly looks back out the window. The blonde girl is gone.
What?
End of Act 1. What happened to her?
That was good.
Act 2. Ooh. Interior, Fields home, kitchen, stairwell, day. Conservative, Ralph Lauren, plaids and prints are the motif of this house that shows like a model home. Everything is in its proper place, always. Emily grabs a diet soda from the refrigerator. Oh, I'm Pam. Someone finally bought the De Laurentiis place. Oh, shit. The comment registers on Emily's face. She turns to her mother as she closes the refrigerator door.
It's weird to think of other people living there.
Pam Fields, Emily's mom, arranges an overflowing welcome basket on the counter. Like her basket, she is well put together, a conservative dresser. She always looks nice. As they converse, we feel a disconnect between them. Emily also feels it. It's not intentional. It's just there. Blue or green? She holds up 2 ribbons for Emily to choose.
Arya's back. It was good to see her, but it felt different.
Oh, does she still have that horrible pink hair?
No, Mom, she doesn't.
Never mind. I'm going with yellow. Emily watches her mother meticulously tie the bow around the basket. I never understood that family. Why would her mother let her do that?
Because they believe their kids are their equals, not their property.
I don't think you're my property, Emily, but as your mother, I have the responsibility to guide you in the right direction, to teach you the difference between right and wrong. What kind of parent would I be if I allowed you to walk around looking like a Gothic?
A Gothic?
That lifestyle might fly in Europe, but it won't get you far in Rosewood.
Not everybody dreams of making it in Rosewood, Mom.
Emily turns and stares out the window.
Some people dream of making it out.
The end.
And women.
Exterior, St. Germain Wells, aka the De Laurentiis house, day. Emily, holding the welcome basket, stands on the sidewalk and stares up at the house. It is the same house Arya stopped in front of her on her first day. A moving truck is parked in the driveway of the Victorian home. When she breaks her gaze, Emily notices a huge pile of trash on the street curb. Emily recognizes an old, overstuffed bedroom chair, clothes, notebooks, and school books. Something in particular grabs Emily's attention. She reaches down and picks up a 6th grade swimming medal.
You want that?
Emily spins around. Maya, 16, sticks out her hand.
Maya St. Germain, aka New Girl.
Emily quickly sizes her up. Maya has tawny-colored skin and wild black-brown curly hair. She wears a yellow tank top that intentionally reveals bits of her orange bra underneath.
I'm Emily.
She hands her the basket.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Maya looks at the basket and fictitiously delivers.
Facetiously.
Facetiously, I don't know words.
Foie gras and cornichons, my favorite.
It's from my mother.
I figured. That stuff was in my room. You can take anything you want.
It all belonged to Allison.
Is she a friend of yours?
She was a long time ago.
That's all I got? No details?
Emily is surprised by Maya's forward questions and attitude.
There were 5 of us who used to hang out, but we don't anymore.
Maya looks up at her bedroom window, then back to Emily.
Would it be outrageous of me to ask you if you'll help me with my last few boxes?
Yes,
Then Emily surprises Maya with a receptive smile.
but I don't mind.
Interior, Maya's bedroom, day. Emily follows Maya into the room. They each carry in a moving box.
So, why aren't you still friends with the girl who used to live here?
Emily sets down the box and looks around the room.
You ask a lot of questions.
How else am I supposed to get to know you?
There you go. Another question. Do these 2 end up together?
Yeah.
Good. Continue.
I don't know for how long. Anyway, fine. Your turn. Ask me anything.
Emily notices a photograph of a surfer grunge boy on Maya's nightstand. She picks it up and looks at him.
I don't have any pictures. Is this your boyfriend?
His name's Justin.
He's cute. I definitely am attracted to men.
He's also 3,000 miles away.
Emily sets down the photo.
My boyfriend's name, because I have one of those, is Ben.
What's he like?
He's a swimmer, like me. He's not a woman.
Maya looks Emily up and down, which makes Emily feel a little weird.
I bet you're good. You totally have the body.
Embarrassed, Emily turns her attention to the sound of a truck pulling up outside. She glances out the window to see a backhoe being unloaded from a flatbed.
My mother's a cellist. They're building a studio.
Do you play?
Yeah, but not the cello.
Emily smiles. This girl's a trip.
So if you're a big jock, does that mean you'd kill me if I smoked a little weed?
No.
I won't if you don't want me to.
Where are your parents?
Relax, they're out.
Maya reaches under her bed and pulls out an Altoids tin. She opens it and takes out a joint. She turns to Emily to make sure it's okay with her.
Go ahead.
Maya lights the joint and inhales. Emily watches as Maya gracefully pulls the joint from her frosted lip. She looks sexy. Maya notices Emily looking at her. Emily darts her eyes away.
One hit?
Emily wants to look and feel sexy too.
You're fucking dumb. Okay.
As Emily takes the joint from Maya, their hands brush and their eyes meet. Emily hesitates, then brings the joint to her lips. She takes a drag, then coughs.
First time?
No.
Off of Maya's knowing look,
Yes.
So I'm corrupting you.
Emily,
Yeah, but not in a gay way.
Emily hands her back the joint.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I think I am.
Interior, I have no idea. Anyone?
Mashulu?
Mashulu?
I'll shoot.
Interior Mashulu restaurant evening. The restaurant is aboard a clipper ship in the Philadelphia harbor. Veronica Hastings and Peter Hastings sip cocktails at their table. A successful and cutthroat attorney, he knows how to fill a suit.
Yes, I do.
Once proper eye candy, Veronica is now a proper wife and mother. Spencer returns to the table from the ladies' room. She wears the sexy low-cut top that Hannah picked up for her and turns heads as she sits at the table with her parents. Peter looks past her, too.
Here's Melissa.
Peter stands as Melissa Hastings walks towards the table. The second she reaches him, Peter embraces her.
You look fantastic.
At 22, Melissa seems to have it all. Looks, brains, and acceptance to Wharton School of Business, and now the perfect fiancé. Veronica turns her attention to Melissa's fiancé, Ren, 24, tall and lanky, with a model cute frame and messy, shaggy hair. He also gleans Spencer's attention. You must be Ren.
It's nice to meet you.
She gives him a hug. I love your accent. You'll have to talk all night.
With Melissa at the table?
Veronica and Peter throw Spencer a harsh look. With no fanfare, Melissa introduces her sister to her fiancé.
Ren, Spencer.
He shakes her hand.
Hello, Spencer.
He locks eyes with her, takes the time to connect with her. It momentarily disarms Spencer.
Hi.
As they all sit, the waiter approaches their table.
I'll be the waiter. Cocktails?
I'll have a vodka tonic.
That's not funny, Spencer.
I actually will have a vodka tonic, please.
Interior, Mashulu restaurant evening. The waiter delivers Ren's drink.
Thank you.
That looks good.
Ren
Thank you.
takes a sip of his cocktail and puts the glass down in front of Spencer. She looks at him curiously. Did he do that intentionally? Caught up in their own moment, Peter and Veronica exchange excited looks. They're happy with themselves.
What's going on with you two?
Your father and I have an engagement present to give to you and Ren. Spencer reaches for Ren's vodka tonic. He looks over at her as she takes a sip. He doesn't offer a reaction.
We bought the townhouse you've been renting, Melissa.
And we're redoing it from top to bottom. Of course, we left the choice of finishes up to you both because it's yours. Melissa squeals with excitement.
No way!
That's incredibly generous of you.
And while the place is under construction, we can stay in the loft. I spent the summer redoing the loft for me to move into. I love talking to myself. It's just for a few months.
It would be helpful to everyone.
Everyone but me.
Come on, Spencer. Spencer stares daggers at Melissa.
I was hoping you'd be happy for me. I know what you know what they say about hope.
Spencer stands.
It breeds eternal misery.
Spencer leaves the restaurant. Ren watches her walk outside.
It sounded like Spencer was counting on moving into the barn.
Don't worry about Spencer. She'll get over it.
Ren gently squeezes her hand and offers her a warm smile.
If you'll excuse me for a moment. Nature calls.
As he heads to the bathroom, Veronica playfully mimics his accent. Nature calls sexy.
Tell me about it.
I think it's the next person's turn.
Yes.
That would be me. Oh, I can't wait. Oh god, I have to switch from not accent to accent. Exterior, Mashula restaurant evening. Spencer stands off to the side of the entrance and smokes a cigarette.
Why are all my characters
When the
smoking?
restaurant door opens, she hides the Marlboro. When she sees that it's Ren, she pulls the cigarette back to her lips. Do you have an extra smoke?
Shouldn't you know better? You're a med student, right?
You're a bit of a smartass.
A bit.
He throws her a "stop messing with me" look. She gives him a cigarette. She watches him light it and take a deep drag.
Does my sister know you smoke?
Does she have to know everything? He looks at her and smiles. She thinks he might be flirting with her. Why is the show doing this?
Oh,
Get ready, folks.
get ready.
So why are you the black sheep?
I'm captain of the field hockey team, maintaining a 4.0 GPA, and president of my class. The Hastings don't breed black sheep.
He detects the sadness in her ironic tone. I'm sorry we're moving into your loft. If you want me to say something...
It wouldn't make a difference. But thanks for being sorry.
Ren hands Spencer her lighter back.
You're not like Melissa's usual boyfriends.
Their hands touch for longer than they should. I fucking hate this show. How am I unusual? As much as Spencer would like to pursue this.
We better get back.
Finally, she walks away. When she reaches the door, she turns back to him.
I actually like you. That's what's unusual. And we broke Mercedes.
She tosses him a sexy look even though she is 16 and he is a 24-year-old man, then heads inside. On his look of intrigue, even though he's a 24-year-old man and she's 16, we fade out. End of Act 2. Fuck the show.
Can we pause momentarily?
Yes.
Necesito más,
Act 3. Exterior. Rosewood High School, morning. It's early. The school is empty. Almost. Interior, Rosewood High School, English classroom, morning. God, do I have to narrate this scene? God, okay. I'm gonna narrate it, but I won't be happy about it. Arya walks into the classroom and closes the door behind her. Ezra looks up from his desk. They are alone. He looks at her for a long moment.
You told me you went to Hollis.
No, I said I was thinking about majoring in English, and that's true.
He looks down at his leather-bound lesson planner, closes it, then looks back up at her. She reads his frustration.
We can still be together. Nobody has to know.
She approaches his desk and leans against it.
Look, I think you're amazing, Arya.
She moves her hand over to touch his. He doesn't move his hand away.
When I met you, I was like, who is this girl? She's not like anybody I've ever met.
Feel the same way about you.
But then Ezra stands and walks toward the door. He opens it.
We just can't. It's not right.
Okay, that's good. He walks out.
Except, spoiler alert, they end up fully.
Shut up!
They end up fully together, but Ezra throughout the show does have those moments of like, this is not okay. We're gonna get in so much trouble. Like, this is not right.
Yeah, because it's fully statutory rape.
The wedding in like the last episode in season 7, right?
No, they get married. Yeah, they do get married.
But Mercedes, we have so much in common. I feel like
I hate this show.
I think it's like her
I hate
parents
it.
find out, but then Arya's like, you can't say anything because you cheated on my mom to her
Yeah.
dad and stuff. So
Yeah, her parents find out and they're really mad.
Yeah, because that's fully the same thing.
yeah. Anyways.
But they find
Anyway.
out 4 years after the fact. Like, she basically just tells them, we've been in a relationship for 4 years. And they're like, what?
You mean all of high school? Oh
All of high school? And she's like, yeah, basically.
my gosh.
Anyway.
Anyways.
He walks out.
Interior, Rosewood High School, hallway, morning. Ezra walks down the empty hall. Arya walks out of the classroom and calls to him.
Ezra,
He stops and turns back to her.
did you tell anyone about us?
No.
He walks on. Arya looks down at her phone. She pulls up the text from A.
Well, somebody knows.
Interior, Marin House, family room, morning. Hannah and her boyfriend Sean sit close to each other on the couch. Gifted with good looks, brains, and athletic ability. This is also me. Hang on, I need to.
Oh, you're my boyfriend. Let me lean on this side of the screen. Are we touching?
You see, it's different from the DJ because his hat was on this side.
Oh.
Gifted with good looks, brains, and athletic ability, he is Rosewood High School's most likely to succeed at everything he tries. Contrasted with Mercedes, who is most likely to try really hard. Period. They sip their morning coffees as they review their schoolwork. Hannah looks over at him. God, he's cute. She casually puts her hand on his leg.
Oh, really?
After a moment, Hannah slides her hand up Sean's thigh toward the crotch of his paper denim jeans. Whoa. He pushes her hand away. You know I can't.
If you won't tell, I won't tell.
She leans over and kisses him on the neck. Ashley, Hannah's mother, walks through the room. At 36, Ashley is 36 and she's 16. So,
20.
all right, go for it, Ashley. Ashley is well built and well maintained. Body shaming.
Wancha.
An executive vice president at a local bank, she works hard to make her personal and professional successes look effortless. Sean backs away from Hannah. Ashley is in the middle of a business call while she attempts to get ready for work. Good morning, Mrs. Martin. Heading into the kitchen, she tosses him a friendly hello wave. Hannah scoots back closer to Sean. She mocks his polite tone.
Good morning, Mrs. Marin.
Did I say Martin?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
Oopsies. What am I supposed to say? Yo, bitch.
I love it when you talk dirty.
16-year-olds.
She rubs up against him. Jesus, Hannah. You know how hard this is for me.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, it should be if you want it to go well. Anyways.
I was
He
thinking
pushes her away. I made a commitment. It's upsetting that you don't respect that.
You're into girls,
He's
right?
annoyed.
Oops. You're into girls, right? Hannah.
He's pissed. You knew how I felt about this before we started going out. I was totally upfront with you.
You're right. I'm sorry. And I was just kidding. I totally respect the V Club and everything it stands for.
He believes her. You know that it's not because I don't want to. He gives her a sweet kiss on the cheek. This is sorry. It's so dumb.
This is such a great conversation.
This is not easy for me, and I can't stress that enough. This is not easy for me. She throws him a forced, seemingly confident smile.
I know. And I completely support your commitment to virginity.
Thanks. That means a lot.
It's a nice conversation and it's executed for your commitment to virginity. Why did you say
Please
that?
do it again. I won't laugh this time. That just, oh my god. You need.
I mean, it's a good, like, it's not a bad conversation that they included, but it's just, it couldn't have been said worse.
I mean, then it says that she's unsettled. Oh no.
So awful.
Thanks. That means a lot to me.
Wait.
He hugs her. Sean doesn't see the unsettled look that reads on Hannah's face as she hugs him back.
Anyways.
Exterior, Rosewood residential neighborhood, day. Oh, it's gay time.
Daytime. Glasses differential. Okay.
I'm just gonna casually move this into frame. Hang on a second.
I like that. Instead of day or night, it's just gay.
Exterior, Rosewood residential neighborhood, day. Emily and Maya walk down the sidewalk. Emily notices that their hands keep bumping into each other at once. She notices Maya's soft skin, her eyes, her lips.
Humans aren't like this. Thanks for walking me home.
It's no big deal. When they approach Maya's house, Emily sees a work crew tossing Allison's old stuff into a dumpster. Maya reads the disquieted look on her face.
Are you okay?
Emily turns to Maya. It's hard for me to talk about. Maya listens, patient and engaged. I didn't tell you everything about the girl who used to live here.
Allison.
She disappeared during the summer of 7th grade. She's still missing.
That must have been awful for you.
I used to think if I didn't talk about her, I wouldn't think about her.
But you still do.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Maya leans over and gives Emily a kiss on the cheek. When she goes to kiss her other cheek, their lips almost touch.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Emily watches Maya walk into the house. As she turns to leave, a black sedan slowly drives alongside her. The windows are tinted very dark. Unnerved, Emily picks up her pace. The car speeds up to meet her pace. At the intersection, Emily turns right. The car turns left. Relieved, Emily smiles at her misguided paranoia. Interior, Rosewood High School Gymnasium day. Emily, wearing her one-piece Speedo, stretches near the pool. Her boyfriend, Ben, age 16, grabs her from behind. He also wears a Speedo. It shows off his swimmer's body and six-pack abs. Jesus Christ, Marina!
Is anyone not skinny?
No, fat people don't exist in this universe.
Not in Rosewood.
Nope.
Where did you go after school? I was looking for you.
She's not sure why, but she lies. I was around. He grabs her again, kisses her. There is no softness to him, just teenage boy fervor.
I missed you.
The swim coach blows her whistle.
I just spat everywhere. Oh no, I need to wipe off my screen. Hold on. Ahem. Let's do the 100-meter sprint. I want it smooth and fast. First team on your marks.
Ben and Emily assume their starting positions by the pool. Ben glances over at Emily and winks. She smiles. Then the coach blows her whistle, and they dive into the water. Ben and Emily both take quick leads over the rest of the swimmers. Teammates walk alongside of the pool and cheer them on. The girls yell for Emily. The boys holler for Ben. Emily reaches the end of the pool first. She looks up to see who won. The coach gives her the answer.
Awesome effort, Em. Keep that up and you'll be medaling at state.
Emily swims over to Ben, reaches to hug him. Good race.
Called practice, Emily, not a meet.
A sore loser. He pushes her away and swims off. Wow. Awful. Emily looks at him. He successfully made her feel like crap.
I like that he swims away. I like to imagine he's doing the breaststroke. Or like he's going really slow.
I like imagining doggy battles. That's what I tried to do all the time.
It's called practice, Emily, not a meet.
Not a meet.
Interior, Rosewood High School, girls' locker room, evening. After their practices, the Rosewood jocks hang out and gossip in the communal showers. Emily wraps a towel around herself and leaves the showers for her locker. Just then, Spencer walks in from field hockey practice. Their lockers are directly across from each other.
Have you been hanging out with Arya?
Not really. Emily opens her locker and a piece of paper falls out. She picks it up and reads the note, which was handwritten on graph paper. Close on note. Hey, Em, sob. I've been replaced. You found another friend to kiss. A. For a second, Emily stops breathing. Spencer reads the look of distress on her face.
Emily, is everything all right?
Why wouldn't it be? She closes her locker. Spencer shrugs as she watches Emily walk away. End of Act 3. Act 4. Exterior, Spencer's patio, night. Why is it me? Why me?
Because
What?
the show knows you hate it.
Hang on, I need to get my red hair. Please edit this out.
No, leave it in. It's gold.
Comedy gold, gold, gold.
Now that I've said that, she's gonna do like zooms on me and like effects and stuff.
Hang on, I need to drink more before I read this scene.
Oh wait, like copyrighted the Four Tops.
Chug, 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 chug.
This is growing on me. There's still some.
What
That was a mistake.
It's your weird.
I made a mistake.
Yes, it's like for
I
some
heard
reason
clementine.
the combination of the San Pellegrino, because this is the clementine one,
Mm-hmm.
and the vodka makes a bitter taste, like an aftertaste. The aftertaste is just bitter.
Weird.
All right, let's get to this romance.
Okay, let's do it.
Alpha.
God, this is
Oh.
worse than I thought it would be. Okay. Act 4.
Oh.
Exterior, Spencer's patio night. On the warm summer night, Spencer, wearing a bikini that leaves little to the imagination, relaxes in the jacuzzi. She looks up when she hears Ren off stage. Oh. Ren stands above her, naked except for his sexy boxer brief underwear.
And not naked.
Not naked. Clearly not naked.
I'll come back.
It's a big jacuzzi.
He drops his towel and steps into the water.
Also, why is he in his underwear? And not
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, bud.
I know men
Don't you
wear
have
their
quips?
underwear under their bathing suits, and that's apparently normal. But
Yeah, I
why
don't get
is he
that.
just in his underwear?
I do that.
Wear underwear underneath your bathing suits?
Well, I only have one bathing suit, and it has a skirt because I'm insecure about my body. Cut that part. I'm gonna start over. Well, I only have one bathing suit, and it has a skirt because I'm insecure about my body.
Cut that. Go back.
And he
Bullshit.
drops the towel and steps into the water.
I thought you guys were moving in next week.
Melissa thought we should get settled before classes start. She massages her shoulder. Tough day at school.
Tough field
High
hockey.
school, which is the school you are in. Continue.
Tough field hockey practice.
I rode for Oxford.
Of course you fucking wrote for Oxford, you prick.
That looks good on a med school app.
I did it because I loved it. She massages her shoulder again. You probably have some fluid built up in your bursa sac.
That's hot.
Wait, ready? I bet you say that to all the girls.
I can help.
Okay, Dr. Wren.
He reaches over and massages her shoulder. She relaxes into it.
Engaged to her sister.
Yeah.
He's also 24.
Yeah.
Better, right?
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh, it's not. He massages a little deeper. She releases a pleased moan. His hand
No.
reaches to the front of her shoulder, near her chest.
This did not happen in the actual show. Okay. Melissa, voice enough. Ren?
He immediately backs away from Spencer, the 16-year-old child, when he is a 24-year-old adult man. They both know how it looks. Spencer climbs out of the jacuzzi. She doesn't say a word. As Melissa approaches from the barn, Spencer slips into the main house. Interior. Field's house. Stairwell. Dining room. Evening. Emily and her father, Robert, walk down the stairs together. A successful Rosewood dentist, Robert makes an effort to stay a part of his teenage daughter's life.
This is not in the actual show.
I'm a dad. Isn't he? He's in the military in the show.
Yeah, because this scene's not in the actual show.
Right. How was practice?
Fine.
Just fine?
I beat Ben in the freestyle.
Well, that's great.
They sit at the dining room table. He's totally mad at me.
Do you want me to talk to him?
Pam carries in a platter of food.
Who? Emily outswam Ben today.
Not the best way to win a young man's affections.
Gross, Pam.
Okay,
That's
wait a
Pam.
minute. You be you. If you beat a man at whatever, They can fucking deal with it.
But it's not the best way to win his affections. And really, that's all we want.
But also, it doesn't matter.
Alternative.
I'm trying to be lesbian.
Honestly, you can't do better than Ben. Did you see what a great Ben I made? Obviously, he's the guy.
Bisexuality. Anyway,
That's just clear.
I was on Facebook today and I literally saw an article that somebody wrote in like a pretty legit newspaper that was like, millennial women are sad, ashamed of out earning their boyfriends and husbands. And all these women in this group were commenting, no, give us more money.
please do.
Anyways,
Let's keep going.
As Pam serves dinner, Robert secretly tosses Emily a good work thumbs up. She smiles at him. Pam sits at the table, and the tone turns to mundane as they eat, after a long moment of silence.
did you do something different with the pot roast?
Pam is excited sexually that he noticed.
Yes, I used paprika instead of black pepper.
It's a subtle change, but I like it.
Mongolian paprika, not Hungarian.
Emily looks at them. It's a who gives a shit look. May I be excused? I have a lot of homework.
Mongolian paprika.
Yes, you may be excused.
Emily stands and takes her plate to the sink.
Do you need any help, little lady?
Thanks, big man, dad. I've got it covered. Exterior, Field's home. Front porch, evening. Emily takes her lit book to the white porch swing. As she sits on the swing, Emily opens the book. She pulls out the note she found in her locker. As she rereads it, she feels like throwing up. Interior, Spencer's room, night. The sound of Melissa giggling turns Spencer's attention to her bedroom window. She turns out to see Melissa and Ren are now age-appropriately in the jacuzzi together. They kiss. It's sexy. Spencer continues to watch. We hear, computer. You've got mail. Spencer tears her eyes from the makeout session and clicks onto her new mail icon, close on the email. The subject line reads, SAT vocab, then below the subject. Spencer, covet is an easy one. When someone covets something, they desire and lust after it. Usually it's something they can't have, like a man who's older than 18 because it's statutory rape, Spencer. You've always had that problem, though, haven't you? A. Spencer immediately looks out her window. Who could see her? Who was watching her? Melissa and Ren are still in the jacuzzi. Spencer looks over at Allison's old house. The Victorian is directly across the lawn. Interior, Hastings house, kitchen, day. This flashback is shot entirely in Spencer's POV. It's the year 2006 and another bright summer day. Spencer, Hannah, and Allison, all 13 years old, are in the scene. But we only see Allison, who wears a bathing suit. We, Spencer, look on as Allison scolds Hannah.
Are you really going to eat that?
Allison makes a fat girl face.
I'm not doing that.
Thank you.
I'm being a friend, Hannah.
Hannah's hand replaces the cookie onto a serving tray. Melissa, 16, walks in with her cute boyfriend Ian Thomas, 16. They are the it couple at Rosewood High.
Wait, continuity error. It says that she's 22, right?
But we're going back in time.
But this is 3 years before that.
Yeah, because Allie was 13 when she disappeared.
So Melissa would not be 16.
Oh, listen.
19.
Because
cares?
Melissa would be 19
Let's
or
just keep
20.
going.
Okay, anyway.
Who likes math? Not us. Keep
We
going.
like have some Flight of the Navigator situation. I don't know. Anyways, no one gets that reference. Let's keep going.
Aren't you supposed to be at Allison's?
Hi, girls.
Hi, Ian.
He looks at Spencer.
Do you still need help with your scoop, Spence? I've got my stick in the car.
Ian, what are you, her babysitter?
Fade to white, then smash cut. 2. Exterior, Hastings house, day. Still Spencer's point of view. Spencer follows Allison out of the house.
You kissed your sister's boyfriend, Spencer. It's going to haunt you until you make it right.
I'm sorry, she's 13?
Yes.
Not illegal.
She
That's lit.
just got her period. Oh boy. Anyways,
Spencer turns back to see Hannah, who is just out of view from the window. When her friend Allison isn't looking, Hannah's hand reaches for the cookie. Fade to white, then smash cut, 2.
Either you tell her or I do.
Fade to white, then smash cut, 2. Spencer's hand has a tight grip on Allison's arm.
Is that a threat, Spencer?
Fade to white, then smash cut, 2.
You have as much to lose as I do. We both know you'd never tell about the Jenna thing.
Off of Allison's spiteful look, we cut back to interior Hastings house, Spencer's bedroom, night. Present day. Spencer stares out her bedroom window. She notices something in Allison's old room. It looked like a flash of blonde hair, the exact shade of Allison's hair. Thrown. Spencer utters a whisper.
Allison? Oh, this is me. Act 5. Interior Montgomery House, foyer, night. The doorbell rings. Byron walks to the front door and opens it. He's surprised and pleased to see Emily standing on the front porch.
Emily Fields, look at you! I know you're 16 now, but I was still thinking of you as a middle school girl. Ew.
Creepy.
Hello, Mr. Montgomery. I mean, Byron.
Aria, Emily's here. Now it's starting to feel like old times.
Arya walks into the room.
We left old times, remember?
Yes, Aria, I remember. It's good to see you, Emily.
Thanks. You too.
Arya steps outside. Exterior Montgomery House, front porch, night. Arya and Emily are alone on the porch.
I'm sorry for just stopping by.
Anytime, Em. You know that.
Somebody left a note in my locker.
Arya reads Emily's worried tone.
From A.
You too?
Do you really think it's her? Is it possible?
Only Allison could have known
Emily hesitates.
Know what?
it was.
Arya reads Emily's reluctance.
Personal?
I really believed she was dead.
We all did.
Behind Emily, the shade is drawn, but Arya notices the light in her father's den turn on.
Could she really be back?
Arya locks eyes with Emily.
I think she's playing with us.
Why would she do that?
We're talking about Allison here. Wasn't that her favorite sport?
Should we tell someone?
As Byron walks across his den, his shadow crosses the window shade.
I don't know about you, but I can't.
Emily thinks about her message from A.
I'm glad you're back.
It's funny. Even though I grew up here, I feel like a total outsider.
Me too.
Off of Arya's surprised look, we cut to interior Marin House kitchen night. Hannah and her mother, Ashley, eat dinner together.
I ran into Ella Montgomery today. Why didn't you tell me Arya was back?
Not like I'm still friends with her.
He didn't know that your father left. I hate having to tell that story.
So change the story. I did.
Ashley gives her a curious look. Hannah delivers a convincing performance.
You grew up. You grew apart. It was mutual. You have family money, and you work because you want to. And honestly, we're happier without him.
Hannah.
Say it enough, and you actually start to believe it.
I have to admit, it does sound better than the truth.
Nobody needs to know we got dumped.
And that your father took everything.
And that the extent of your family's assets is in Double-Wide parked in Alabama. So much exposition.
Gross. Ashley laughs. They cheer each other up. Hannah's BlackBerry beeps, signaling she received a text.
If that's Mona, I'm arranging for an intervention.
Hannah looks down at her phone. Close on text. It's from Spencer and reads, "We need to talk."
Hannah, we're eating.
Just then, Ashley's BlackBerry rings. Hannah offers her mother a cagey smile. Ashley looks at her screen. She's annoyed to be bothered, but answers the business call.
This is Ashley.
The doorbell rings. Ashley's look to Hannah says, "What now?" Hannah leaves the kitchen and walks to the front door. She peeks through the peephole to see who it is. She seems taken aback. Hannah hesitates. The bell rings again and she opens the door. Officer Darren Wilden. Wait. crap. I'm gonna cut this from the
Costume change.
Costume change. Costume change. I'm gonna break this suit one day.
We love it.
Officer Darren Wilden, 25, stands on the front porch. How is he 20? Okay. Darren was the Rosewood High School party boy and player of his day. Now he's a cop. Hannah Marin,
Yeah, why?
your mother home? Still on the call, Ashley enters the room. She sees Wilden at the door.
I need to call you back.
She hangs up the phone and stands next to Hannah.
What's this about?
We received a call from the Rosebud Mall security. They have your daughter on tape shot lifting a pair of sunglasses.
I'm sure there's been a mistake.
He removes a pair of handcuffs from his belt. I don't have handcuffs. Hannah looks at her mom. She is suddenly 16 going on 12.
Mom!
Interior, Rosewood Police Station, night. Hannah sits handcuffed to a chair. The door to Wilden's office is open. Hannah looks over to see her mother sitting across the desk from Wilden. Ashley crosses her legs and her skirt rides up her thigh. A beat later, Wilden closes the door to his office. Hannah eyes a bowl of M&Ms on the desk next to her. She contemplates grabbing a handful. She reaches for the candy, but stops short when Hannah's phone buzzes. She opens her bag and pulls out her BlackBerry.
She was handcuffed.
Be careful, Hannah. I hear prison food makes you fat. -A. Hannah looks up from her phone. Off of her alarmed look, we fade out. End of Act 5. Act 6. Interior Rosewood Police Station, night. Hannah sits quietly on the bench. A police officer rushes past her. Hannah notices a sudden barrage of
Raj.
Cool.
Whatever.
A sudden barrage of activity. The door to Wilden's office opens. He walks out and heads towards Hannah. He doesn't say a word as he unlocks her handcuffs. He attaches the cuffs to his belt as he walks off the station. Ashley walks over to Hannah.
What's going on?
Let's go.
Really?
Ashley gives her a look. It says, "Get your ass moving." Hannah grabs her bag and follows her mother out of the station. Exterior, Rosewood Police Station, night. Ashley walks down the front steps of the building with Hannah on her heels. Up ahead, we see Wilden climb into a police cruiser. He hits the lights as he speeds away. Hannah is desperate to know what happened, but is smart enough to keep her mouth shut. She silently follows her mother to their new Mercedes-Benz. Ashley unlocks the car, and they both climb inside. Interior, Mercedes, night. Ashley drives away from the station. Another cop car speeds past the Mercedes. After a deafening silence,
In a small town like this, what people thinks about you matters.
People likes.
Think. Got a whole bottle of wine. I'm trying. What people think about you matters.
I know.
Then why would you risk it all to steal a pair of sunglasses? Jesus, Hannah, I buy you everything you need to be popular.
I made a mistake.
In Rosewood, you don't have room to make a mistake. And neither do I.
I'm sorry. I was making it so bad.
You'll deny you did anything wrong. It was a misunderstanding.
But
Ashley looks over at her daughter.
I'm taking care of it.
Ashley turns her attention back to the road. Her tone suggests this conversation is over. For good. Hannah glances down at her BlackBerry. She reads the text from A, then scrolls up to Spencer's message, which reads, "We need to talk." Hannah types a response. About A? She sends the text. Exterior, Rosewood neighborhood, night. Emily walks home. An ambulance, siren screaming, buzzes past her. Emily rounds the corner and stops in her tracks. She can't believe what she sees. Police cars, lights flashing, flood the street. Dozens of neighbors and townspeople stand around watching and wondering. Police officers move a barricade and the ambulance pulls into Maya's driveway.
Maya.
Emily panics. She pushes through the swarm of people, scanning the crowd for Maya's face. She finally reaches the front walk of the old Victorian. Emily! Emily turns. She's relieved to see Maya making her way towards her. They give each other a spontaneous hug.
I thought something might have happened to you.
I tried to call you.
What's going on?
They found your friend. The news doesn't surprise her.
I knew she was back.
Emily looks past Maya.
Is she inside?
Emily. Just then, the coroner wheels the gurney around the side of the house. The deceased is zipped in a body bag. I'm sorry. They found Allison's body. The crowd buzzes with disturbed sadness as Allison's body is wheeled towards the coroner's van. A bewildered Emily stares at the body bag in disbelief. Interior, Honda Accord, night.
They really got that Honda sponsorship, huh?
I thought they had a Honda Civic.
The Accord, which is exactly what I have in real life. Love this for me.
I have a Prius.
I have a Nissan Sentra.
I have a Scion XB, which is part of Toyota, I think.
Yeah, it's Toyota. Yeah.
My car looks like a toaster. That's what you need to know.
Is it square?
Mhm.
Oh, box cars. Dope.
Mhm.
Interior, Honda Accord, night. Arya drives. She slows to a crawl. Police cars line the road. A news van, parked in the middle of the road, blocks her path. Arya parks the car and climbs out. Exterior, street, night. Arya walks away from her car, heading towards the scene. She looks over towards the Hastings house. She sees Spencer watching from her driveway. I need my Spencer vest. Exterior, Hastings house, night. Spencer, alone, watches the scene from her front lawn. She glances over and sees Arya walking up the long drive. Surprising even herself, Spencer almost cries. Ugh. They silently take it all in.
Yep.
In the sea of strange faces, Arya sees Hannah standing with the crowd.
I heard the cops took Hannah to the police station today.
Spencer, with steel eyes, turns to Hannah. She'd never talk about it. Hannah overhears them as she approaches from the driveway.
The Jenna thing?
Startled, Spencer and Arya turn to her.
We made a promise.
Interior, Martin House, family room, night. The house is dark. Only the light of the television illuminates the room, and Hannah is curled up on the sofa. She eats ice cream from the container as she watches the news. On television, the reporter delivers her story. Current owners of the residence were in the process of demolishing the structure to make room for a remodeling project when workers make the gruesome discovery. On television, we see footage of the coroner wheeling Allison's body out of Maya's backyard. Parents of the deceased were unavailable for comment, but a family spokesperson confirmed the gazebo was under construction the summer 13-year-old Allison De Laurentiis disappeared. The family moved from Rosewood 2 years after their daughter went missing. On television, the reporter wraps up the piece. Tonight, they have asked for privacy as they come to terms with the sad ending of a 3-year-old mystery. The local authorities are coming to terms with the killer at large in Rosewood. Hannah hears a thud at the front door. Startled, she quickly mutes the television. The front door knob rattles. Hannah coils on the sofa. A beat later, the door opens. In the darkness, we see shadows push into the house. 2 people in a struggle. They push into a beam of moonlight. Hannah finally realizes that it's her mother as Ashley is shoved against the wall. Then the other person moves into the light. It's Wilden. He leans in and kisses Ashley. She kisses him back. Ashley leads Wilden towards the bedroom. Before closing the door, she notices Hannah. Ashley gives Hannah a look that says, "I'm doing this for us." She closes the door. Exterior, Rosewood Chapel, day. News vans line the street as a flood of people make their way to the chapel. The discovery of her body has rocked this community, and today hundreds of mourners are saying goodbye to Allison De Laurentiis. Angle on. Emily and her parents approach the chapel. The Hastings see the fields. Rocked by the events, the parents embrace each other. Emily and Spencer also hug hello. Interior, Rosewood Chapel, day. The Montgomerys walk into the crowded chapel. It's too much for Arya. She turns to her mother.
I think I need some air. I'll find you in a minute.
Do you want me to come with you?
I'm okay.
Arya heads back to the entrance. It is jammed with people walking in. She's trapped. She opens the door to the rectory and escapes inside. Oh, shit.
She's in the rectory.
Interior, Rosewood Chapel, rectory, day. Arya walks over to an open window and stares outside. Was she a friend? Arya turns to see Ezra standing in the doorway. He steps into the office and closes the door. They are alone.
Do you care?
I'm not sure what I feel worse about, having to stay away from you or being a jerk about it.
Statutory rape is the answer.
Arya softens.
She was one of my best friends.
I'm sorry.
For Allison or for being a jerk?
Or for the statutory rape.
Sorry for the rape.
Both.
Sorry.
Both.
Thank you.
She's so assured, poised. How can you only be 16?
It's just a number.
Nope.
I'm sorry, give me a second. I got it. I'm gonna do it. It's fine.
You're gonna do it. Take a breath.
It's just a number. It doesn't define me.
No, it literally it legally does. It does.
It does.
It does.
It legally
It
does.
doesn't define me.
It does.
At 16 it does, okay. There just can't be a happy ending for us.
I understand.
She looks at him with those beckoning eyes.
Nope.
I would never want to do anything that would get you into trouble.
Nope.
She walks toward him, gives him the slightest of kisses on the cheek, lets her body lightly brush up against his.
Goodbye, Ezra.
She turns to leave. He can't let her go. Ezra grabs her wrist. No. Pulls her close. They search each other's eyes,
Nope.
tease each other with almost kisses, then they
Nope.
give into the moment. It's intense, exciting, passionate.
Statutory rape.
After a moment, she gently pulls back from him, hopefully playing it right. She decides to be the one who leaves this time. She brushes a wisp of hair from his forehead and quietly leaves the rectory. A moment pause. Interior Rosewood Chapel, Sanctuary Day. Arya enters the sanctuary. She sees Mr. and Mrs. De Laurentiis, 38, both wearing black, talking with guests. She walks up to them.
Mrs. De Laurentiis.
She turns to see Arya and a smile comes across her face.
Arya?
They hug.
I'm glad you came. I asked the other girls to sit together up front. It's what Allison would have wanted. Of course.
Arya walks down the center aisle towards the front of the sanctuary. She passes by Ona, Ben, Ren and Melissa, and Noel. Who notices Arya as she passes by him. Arya nears the closed casket with Allison's photograph perched on top of it. The reality of the moment hits her hard. She stands frozen. A hand reaches up to hold hers. Arya looks down. It's Hannah reaching out to her. Emily and Spencer also look to their friend. Arya scoots next to Hannah. In a moment of solidarity, they all join hands. They look at the casket and the photograph.
Poor Allie.
You believe what a scene this is?
Allison would have loved it.
Popular in life and death. Hannah notices that Emily's just barely holding it together. Hannah reaches into her bag and pulls out a flask. She hands it to Emily, who waves it away.
No, thanks. I don't.
I think today you do.
Arya's phone buzzes. All the girls turn to her as Arya looks down at the text.
Anyone we know?
Just my mom texting me from the back.
Arya places the phone back into her bag. When she looks up, she sees that each of her friends is looking at her. She reads their uneasiness.
Emily and I aren't the only ones who's gotten a message from A, are we?
A chatter buzz fills the sanctuary. Spencer turns to see what's happening. She looks on in disbelief. Oh my god.
I'll be gentle.
Camera finds a stunningly beautiful 16-year-old girl who stands at the back of the chapel. Her eyes are hidden behind a pair of large framed dark sunglasses. As her brother leads her down the aisle, we realize she's blind. Spencer's face reads absolute dismay. It's Jenna. The other girls stiffen at the sound of her name. Dreading what their eyes will reveal, they turn and follow Spencer's gaze. With long black hair and a model-perfect face. I'm out, but... Jenna Marshall is drop-dead gorgeous. Her brother, Toby, 17, is good-looking, but projects an attitude that reads, stay away. As they sit, Toby looks to the front of the room. He sees the four girls sitting together and stares at them. A disgusted look settles across his face.
I love Toby.
The best. The four girls slowly turn back to face Allison's coffin. They each look like they are guilty of something. Allison's parents sit next to the girls.
Did you see that Jenna Marshall was here? I didn't realize she and Allie were friends.
They weren't. The minister approaches the podium.
Hang on, I'm buttoning my top button. That's a minister.
Killing it.
The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh away.
Spencer and Arya both sneak look backs to Jenna as we cut to exterior Rosewood Chapel Day. Mourners leave the chapel. Emily, Spencer, Arya, and Hannah all walk out together. I was gonna change, but I'm not gonna be able to. I lost my place. Ooh. Oh, Officer Wilden approaches them. He wears a dark suit. He looks them over. Emily, Spencer, Arya, Hannah.
Yes, that's who we are.
Hannah avoids his gaze and looks down at the ground. Do we know you? As he reaches into his breast pocket, the girls get a glimpse of his gun. Hold on.
His gun.
Yikes.
Is this a metaphor?
There's the gun. He
It
pulls
would
out
be
a
a
business card and hands it to Spencer. I'm Officer Wilden. I understand you were all good friends with the victim.
We were.
I'm going to need to talk with each one of you. We talked to the police when Allison went missing. And I intend to go over every one of your statements. This is no longer a missing persons investigation. It's a murder. And you can be assured, I will find out what happened that summer. He walks away as Jenna and Toby exit the chapel. Toby guides Jenna to the waiting car. Emily sets her eyes on the black sedan with tinted windows. Was that the car following her? The girls watch Jenna leave. For a few seconds, they forget to breathe. Arya notices Wilden watching them.
Do you think he knows about...
No.
How could he?
Emily looks over at Wilden. As she catches his stare, he finally looks away. Just then, Spencer's sidekick vibrates. What's a sidekick?
A phone of some
Phone,
sort?
presumably?
We're gonna look this up. Hannah's BlackBerry buzzes. Arya's phone rings, and Emily's plays a ringtone.
I just have a phone.
They all look down at their screens.
Oh my god.
It's from...
I got one too.
Spencer reads the text. I'm still here, bitches.
all together.
1, 2, 3.
And I know everything. A.
The end.
We did it. That was the best in sync we've ever done. Also, I have to pee so badly. I'll be right back.
Okay.
No thing.
I'm very drunk.
I'm not very drunk, which is surprising.
I'd like to showcase my consumption tonight. Hang on. Hang on.
Miss you girls.
I see a Rita of some sort. Watermelon Rita. I see a...
What are those?
I don't know what those are. Hard latte.
Two of them.
I want a hard latte.
They're good. Highly recommended. I want to try I think there's a mocha one as well, and I think I'll like that one more.
Oh my gosh, I love Covente. And I love alcohol.
Hottie toddy.